Hello, good morning. It's me, your science teacher. Today I am here to teach you science class 9. Till today, we are discuss about the different terms related to the force. In our previous class, we are discussed about the different terms related to the force, like the equation of motion. In the equations of motions are describe the linear motions of an object. We are discussed the linear motions of an object in a different conditions. In some condition, there was the velocity are given, final velocity are given, time period are given, time period are not given, etc. and distance, displacement, etc. We are discussed the three different types of a linear equation of motion. Now we are discussing the short term related to the inertia. Inertia is defined as the inability of a body to change its state of rest or uniform motion. The inability of a body which change the state of rest or motion, rest or of a uniform motion in a straight line is called the inertia. Inertia means the inability of a body which change the state of rest or motion, isn't it? It is of the following three types. There are the three types of inertia. They are inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. Please look there. Some example of inertia. First one is inertia of rest. The inability of a body at a rest to bring itself into the motion. The inability of a body at a rest to bring itself into a motion, which is called the inertia of rest. When an object is in a rest, in that times without the external force is applied, this object cannot be moved or cannot change the position. It is called the inertia of rest, isn't it? Second one is the for example, when a carpet is beaten, it comes into the motion. When a carpet is beaten, then it comes into the motion, then the dust are separate from the carpet because these dust are always in a rest. Clear? When a carpet is beaten, it comes into a motion, but the dust particles in remains at rest. This example so that the inertia of rest, isn't it? Okay. Next one is inertia of motion. Inertia of motions means when a fan keeps on rotating for some times. When a fan keeps for rotating for some times when the switch is off. After the switch is off, few times or few seconds, this fan remains rotating. This explains the inertia of rotation. Inertia of rotation is defined as inertia of motion is defined as the inability of a moving body to bring itself. The inability of a moving body to bring itself into the rest is called the inertia of motion. When an object that takes the external agent or external force to change from the motion to rest or rest to motion, which is called the inertia. Such factor is called the inertia. Next one is inertia of direction. The inability of a body moving in a particular direction. The inability of a body which moves in a particular direction without applying the direction to change its directions of the motion itself is called the inertia of direction, isn't it? Okay. The inertia possessed by a body is directly proportional to its mass. The inertia possessed by a body is directly proportional to the mass, and the object having the greater mass has the greater inertia and having the less mass has the less inertia. When the applied force or object are moving faster, those objects which have the less mass this object needs the less force to change the position or a direction or a motion. If an object has the larger mass, they needs a large amount of force to change the position, direction or a motion. It means that the inertia is directly proportional to the mass. Mass is increases, then the inertia is also increases. Or mass is decreases, then the inertia is also decreases. Isn't it? Okay, student. Next one is momentum. What is momentum? Next one is momentum. Once time, you throw the ball on the table. Please try to throw the ball on the table. Then this ball show the different momentum. Then this ball show the different motion. Then this ball show the different condition. We see this ball in a different condition. Why does it? It is due to different moment of the balls thrown on it. Different moments of a ball thrown on it. If a ball is thrown in a less velocity, it has the less momentum. If the ball is thrown on a less velocity, it has the less momentum. If the same ball is thrown in the more velocity, it's the more momentum. When a ball shows the less velocity, ball thrown by the less velocity, by the help of less velocity, then it's the less momentum, isn't it? If this ball has applied more velocity, we thrown by a more by the help of, we thrown in a more velocity. In that times, this ball shows the more momentum, isn't it? Okay, student. If a cricket ball and a tennis ball are in the same velocity, the cricket ball shows the more momentum due to its more mass. If we thrown the cricket ball and a tennis ball on a table, in that condition, in that time, cricket ball show the more momentum due to its more mass. It means that those objects which have the more mass or greater mass, this object has greater momentum. If those objects which have the less mass, this has less momentum. It is clear that mathematically momentum is denoted by P. P is equal to m into B, product of mass and velocity. Momentum is defined as the product of mass and velocity. What is momentum? Momentum is defined as the product of mass and velocity. Momentum is denoted by P. Momentum is denoted by P and the mass is m and velocity is B. Isn't it? Okay. Please look here. If the unit of mass is kg and the unit of velocity is meter per second, the unit of momentum is kg meter per second. It is a derived unit. Isn't it, student? Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about the laws of different law of motion. First one is first law. These laws of motions are described by the Newton, so that these laws are called the Newton's law of motion. In these three laws, he described about the different things in the different law. Likewise, in the first law, he described about the motion of a defined force. Motions are a first law of motion define a force. In first law, define a force. In second law, define a magnitude of force or a calculation of magnitude of force, isn't it? In third law, there is described the action and reaction or effects of force. Clear? Okay. Who is the father of this law? Newton. Sir Isaac Newton. He is the father of Newton's law of motion, isn't it? Okay, student. First law of motion. Everybody in this universe continues its state of motion, rest or uniform motion. Everybody in the universe who is continuous the state of rest or motion until unless applied the external force. Or this law of motion or first law of motion describe about the law of inertia. It is also called the law of inertia. I think that you saw the fan. When the switch is off, then the fan is rotated for few minutes, which explain about the law of inertia or first law of Newton's first law of motion, isn't it? Okay, student? Okay? Yes. यदि तपाईहरुले फेन चलिरहेछ त्यो बेलामा स्विच अफ गर्नुभयो भने त्यो फेन चाहिँ के गर्छ फ्यु मिनेट्स सम्म के गरिरा हुन्छ रोटेटिङ गरिरा हुन्छ तपाईले एक्सटर्नल फोर्स अप्लाई गरिसक्नु भयो तर त्यो के गरिरा हुन्छ रोटेसन गरिरा हुन्छ इट एक्सप्लेन अबाउट द न्यूटन्स फर्स्ट लॉ अफ मोशन और द इनर्शिया अफ motion. We have discussed about the few example related to the Newton's first law of motion. We are going to discuss about the few example. First one is when a branch of mango is shaken, then the mangoes falls down. When a branch of mango is shaken or beaten, when the carpet is beaten, then the dust are falls down. That times carpet is in motion, but these dust are in rest. Isn't it? Likewise, when the branches of a mangoes are shaken, in that times the mangoes are falls down. Isn't it? Okay. Number two, a ball thrown vertically upward in a moving bus with a uniform motion returns to the thrower's head. When you are seated on a bus, this bus is in the condition of motion or in a moving bus. In that times, you thrown a ball in a vertical direction, in vertical. Well, now we discuss the second one. In the second one, let's discuss when a ball is thrown in a vertically upward when you are seated on a moving bus. In that condition, this ball thrown towards the head of a throwers or a thrower's head. यदि तपाईले त्यो बललाई तपाई गाडी मुभिङ गरेको गाडीमा हुनुहुन्छ बललाई माथि फाल्दिनु भयो ball is thrown in a vertical part. That times this ball falls thrower heads, which is described the first law of motion, isn't it? Okay. Next one, a pen keeps on moving for sometimes even after it is switched off. When a pen are moving for sometimes, it moves for sometimes when the switch is off. After the switch is off. These are the few examples related to the first law of motion or Newton's first law of motion, isn't it? Okay. Now we are turns to the Newton's second law of motion. What is the Newton's second law of motion? Newton's second law of motion states that when an acceleration produced in a moving object, when acceleration produced in a moving object is directly proportional to their mass. Acceleration means the A is produced in a moving object is directly proportional to mass. Look here. Second law of motion. Second law. Mathematically, when oscillation is produced in an object or a body is directly proportional to the mass. Equation first. And this acceleration is produced in object is inversely proportional. Acceleration is produced in a object is directly proportional to the force. Acceleration is directly proportional to the force, and this acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass. This is the mathematical statement of the Newton's second law of motion. Mathematically, when these two equations are combined, in that times there is given out A is directly proportional to yob upon yob, isn't it? Okay. After that, when this we should remove this proportionality sign. In that case, we use A is equal to K yam A. K f upon yam, K A is equal to K f upon yam. It gives f is equal to K yam A, which is the Newton's second law of motion. Right statement? Newton's second law of motion states that the acceleration produced in a body is directly proportional to the force and inversely proportional to the mass. Isn't it? Okay, student. Dear student, I have completed today's class. Please read some example related to the Newton's first law of motions, and also once time you try to read the Newton's second law of motions in your home. We will continue we will meet in our next class. Okay, thank you.